Welcome to Tree Stand Buddies Game On. I'm your host, Nate Klein. This week, we're hunting turkeys with our crossbows, and Jason Q hunts a rainstorm in Ohio's gun season for whitetails. Get ready, because Tree Stand Buddies Game On starts right now.
Tree Stand Buddies Game On is brought to you by the Tree Stand Buddy, the tree stand hanging system that's coming to a tree near you. Wild Dale's Booner Builder, build your invisible food plot today. Extreme Sighting Solutions, let Extreme Sights be the solution to your sighting problems. High Country Archery, celebrating 30 years of archery excellence. Invite Team Extreme Food Plots, make them thrive 365. Bush in a Bag, your personal ground concealment system. True Fire Releases and Broadheads. Products more archers trust. Kicks Industries, Get on Target. And Walnut Grove, makers of the Booger. Products have been provided by these fine sponsors.
Well, it's opening day in Ohio's spring gobbler season, and we are pumped up about these new Wicked Ridge crossbows. So I'm hooked up with the Clydesdales, the Jesse and Nate Klein, and we were going to try to take some birds.
Did he just call us Clydesdales?
I think he did.
What's that about?
I don't know.
Maybe it's because we're this tall, 6'8", 6'4", and he's a munchkin.
Nate had some birds patterned. Jesse and I both had crossbows with us, and we knew there was a group of longbeards in this field, and Jesse and I were both going to attempt to take birds at the same time. We were going to try to double with crossbows. I don't know if that's ever been done on film, but we were going to try to do it.
What can I say? The past couple turkey seasons, it was horrible. But I know Richie's been having the same luck. For both of us to be out, why not? We'll throw some crossbows in there. The harebrained ideas my brother comes up with.
This turkey season, I worked an afternoon shift at the police department, so I had every single morning to hunt, which is beautiful for me. So I didn't mind being a cameraman for Jesse and Rich on the first morning, because I knew I had plenty of time, and these guys work a lot of morning shifts, so I love being a cameraman anyway. It's one of my passions. So I take them to one of my favorite spots, I think. This is a spot I've seen 4 or 5 gobblers pre-season. I knew they're in there. These two Nimrods are gonna have to kill something with these crossbows.
Well, the day has finally arrived. Spring gobbler is here, Ohio 2011 spring season. I'm out with Jesse and Nate today. Jesse and I are gonna try to take our first birds with a long beard. Probably with a crossbow, not a long beard. Unless Jesse shoots one, I'd beat it to death.
You got something on your mind?
I do. I really do. It's been a long, nasty winter, nasty weather. The spring has been nothing but rain after rain after rain. The rain looks like it's going to hold off for us this morning. It's a full moon. It's cool. It's brisk. I'm ready to hear some birds. What do you think?
I'm ready to let one of these bolts fly on this Wicked Ridge crossbow. When we first started out that morning, there was absolutely nothing gobbling.
Originally, the birds weren't where we thought they were. And sure enough, they just started gobbling on their own. We didn't do nothing to get them gobbling. They just started gobbling on their own. And as soon as they hit the ground, Jesse yelped to them with his bat attack. And sure enough, these birds just started hammering.
I called a couple times on their calls, and they're right there. I mean, gobbling 60, 70 yards over the hill. It was time to sit down, get the bush and bags on, and get ready.
When you wear a bush in a bag, you can sit down in some small stuff, and you literally turn into the woods. You turn into a bush when you're wearing a bush in a bag and you sit in some decent cover. Well, it's early season, so the ground cover's not around yet. We have to trust these bush in a bags.
We get set up in our bush in the bags up against the smallest tree we can find. Jesse and I are shoulder to shoulder. Sure enough, Jesse goes, there he is.
The Bush in a Bag boys have a turkey and crossbow range, but the deal isn't sealed just quite yet. We've also got Wild Dale's Power Play Moment of the Week and Jason Q's Shotgun Hunt. We'll see you back here.
Hunters, are you sick of dropping your gear from your tree stand, then having to climb back down to get it? Walnut Grove has solved an old problem with a new idea, the booger. You may be fooled by its looks, but you'll be amazed by its abilities. If you drop it, this little booger will get it. The Booger by Walnut Grove Hunting Products. Proudly made in the USA.
Extreme Sighting Solutions is new this season with the Terminator. We use the strongest CNC machine aircraft-grade aluminum available. We're bow hunters, and we know exactly what your equipment goes through each season. Our sights are durable, lightweight, and bright. Our pins are looking at 24 inches of some of the brightest fiber optic material on the market today, giving you the visibility you need to make those tough shots count, even in low light conditions. The new Terminator by Extreme Sighting Solutions just put one more advantage in your favor. Let Extreme Sights be the solution to all your sighting problems.
This is the Tree Stand Buddy, the easiest, safest way ever to hang your stand. With the receiver on the tree and the bracket on the stand, simply slide your stand into place. Attach the tree stand strap. You never carry your stand up the tree. Tree Stand Buddy works on virtually any hang-on stand. I put a receiver in every tree I hunt and take my stand with me.
It's that easy.
Learn more at treestandbuddy.com.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Wildlife Energy Drink. Energy for the great outdoors.
Welcome back. Let's get back to the woods with Jesse Klein and Rich Harr on opening day of Ohio's turkey season.
Finally got a bird to gobble, trying to figure out where he's at, so we set up on.
I think he's over here somewhere, Don. In the valley.
Let me check.
Okay, let me go over a checklist here. You got Richie and I's bad luck. Well, mostly my bad luck, but Rich is thrown in there too. You got crossbows. We got very little cover to the field we're in. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's going to be a bad day if the turkeys don't cooperate. We ain't going home with a bird.
Now the way it worked is this bird come up from the left, and I'm sitting on Jesse's left, so this bird has to cross my face. The other birds, which we didn't know, stayed down in the timber. They weren't gobbling, just this one dominant bird who, when he come out of the timber, looked like a dump truck strutting.
I'm rolling some beautiful footage of this turkey's coming up over the hill, and I'm thinking, Richie, Jesse, we got two crossbows pointed at this thing. Somebody's hauling this turkey out of here.
Jesse said to me, go ahead, he's yours, because he's coming from left to right. So this bird sees the decoy. He just balloons up. He's spitting, drumming. He didn't gobble for us for whatever reason, but we didn't call to him. He's seen a decoy. We knew that this bird was coming to us.
We're going to need to take a closer look at that shot, but let's take a break for a second. Let's see what Rich and Jesse have for us in this week's In the Scope.
Welcome to this week's In the Scope. I'm Jesse. This is Rich. What do you got there, Rich?
I'm almost done with this thing. Waiting for you to get through these cuts here. I got Wildlife Energy Drink here. Guys, if you want to have a great tasting energy drink to get you up in the morning, get you rolling on that hunt, Wildlife Energy Drinks. If you're not a big fan of drinking all this, all you need is this little thing right here. The Wildlife Energy Shot. 4 calories, sugar-free, equivalent to a cup of coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. I know Jesse's not a coffee drinker. But this will keep you up at that 9 o'clock hour when you're wanting to doze off turkey hunting for sure.
No.
What do you got there, Jess?
I got the Tree Stand Buddy starter kit. What it comes with, you got the instruction manual.
Obviously, yes.
You got the tree mount.
All the essential hardware you need to mount the bracket to your tree stand.
And the stand mount.
And the stand mount.
It's a universal mount, so it mounts to anything.
Any tree stand you got in your garage.
What you do is you mount this to the tree, mount this to your stand, It's got a place for a hoist on the
hoist.
bottom.
This makes it much, much safer instead of trying to climb a tree holding a tree stand.
Absolutely.
It's just, that's safety first.
Once you hoist your stand up, this slides right down into the tree bracket and you're ready to hunt.
That's it. And now the nice thing is if you got this bracket on your favorite lock-on stand, what you can do is you just order more backs from Tree Stand.
Yeah, you can order 2. I think it comes with a pack of 2.
Right, pack of 2. You take this to any of your other locations that you want. Put this up in the tree. All you got to do, take your stand.
Take your stand from tree to tree to tree.
Tree to tree to tree. That's it. That easy.
Yep.
And that's going to do it this week, folks, for In the Scope. Check us out again next week for a couple great new products.
You can find Tree Stand Buddy at treestandbuddy.com and get your wildlife energy drinks at wildlifeenergy.com. Now, let's see what really happened with Richie's shot.
Nate's behind us about 5 yards, and I could hear Nate saying, I got him, you can shoot him whenever you want.
I smoked.
Nate pulls the camera down off his shoulder and he rewinds the footage to check my kill shot, what we thought was my kill shot. And I turn around and I say, well, what's it look like? What's it look like? He goes, you missed him.
I don't know what happened. I told Richie it was 30 yards. Sorry, Rich. But it turned out he was a little further than that.
Looks like Richie hit right underneath us.
I must have hit him right in the wing. It sounded like I center punched a basketball when it hit, but when we looked at the footage, I hit him right. He was coming out of strut or going back into strut. One or the other, I don't know. I hit him right in the wing.
Found some feathers.
Not feathers, but I shot him for 30, and it looks like it was about 35, and I just shot right underneath him. Yep. Mercy blaze. No blood.
Well, at least we took some of the feathers up tonight.
I definitely hit him in the wing. We found a couple stray feathers sitting up here. It looks like he was about 35. I guessed him for 30. I shot him just, inches low. What are you gonna do? That's the first time I ever tried that.
But you know what? That's the challenge of hunting with a bow.
Oh yeah, that was exciting. I mean, they did exactly what you wanted them to do. Come in strutting and gobbling, and
But look how wide open we were up there, and them bush in the bags hit us perfect.
oh
He
yeah,
had no clue we were there.
No clue. I wanted to let them keep coming, but I guess I got a little bit antsy, and
And that's
the
what it's
footage
like
was
hunting with a
perfect.
camera.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Hey,
What are you gonna do?
let's go get another one.
We'll just circle around him and see if we can switch up the calls. Well, he's educated now.
Something has got to start changing the luck for these guys. We are going to change our game plan when we come back and go deer hunting with Jason Q. And don't forget about Wild Dale's Booner Builder Power Play Moment of the Week. We'll see you in a little bit.
This is the last day of a 4-day hunt. We saw a giant here last night. Here you go. You on him? Wait, your blade. Your blade's out. What? The blade popped off the dang horn again.
Make the switch to a mechanical broadhead you can count on. The TrueFire Switchblade. Blades are easily reset. No O-rings. Guaranteed not to pre-open in flight.
Man, I'm making the switch.
The TrueFire Switchblade. Wild Dale's Booner Builder is a new one-of-a-kind product that will help you keep and route deer where you want them. With as little as 2 applications, you can turn native wood browse into a more healthy and nutritious food source that deer crave. Not a sweet treat, mineral, fertilizer, or attractant, Booner Builder works within the plant itself to increase sugar production and total health of the plant, thus making it more desirable to wildlife. Now, for the first time, you can create browsing routes that lead directly to your stand without anyone else knowing about the honey hole you've secretly created. Bring that nocturnal buck you've been after right to your stand during daylight hours with Wild Dale's Booner Builder.
This portion of the show is brought to you by Bush Bag.
The ultimate ground concealment system.
Well, it's December 2nd, 3rd day of the highest gun season, and it's raining again. Rained Monday morning, and it's raining pretty good today, so breaking out the umbrellas, trying to stay dry. We're going down this bottom next to this right-of-way to set. Nate and Mike Scott have been sitting there during bow season, seen lots of deer crossing. So we're gonna get down in there and try it with the gun. On the way here, that's about 2 o'clock on the way here, we've seen several does up and feeding already. So hopefully we can catch a good buck up and feeding early before it gets too dark. So we're gonna get everything packed up, get the climbers on our backs, and head down in there.
How many other shows you know with this much dedication, Jason?
None. Most of them be sitting in the box blind. We're sitting in a tree stand.
I guess the only difference today is that we're breaking out the little cameras. We're not getting the big ones wet, but
Yeah.
we're going to be out there to catch something on film.
A lot easier to keep dry, that little thing.
It's cold, it's rainy, it's windy. Nate Klein's sticking with me. You know, we set out a goal that I was going to kill a buck up there in shotgun season by the 3rd day.
Well, we're finally set up. Pouring the rain down, got the umbrellas out. At the bottom of this holler, beaver dam, there's only one place the deer can cross. That's right here in front of us. Nate and Mike was in here a couple weeks ago. They seen several deer on this other hillside, which is right at about 100 yards. About the limit for my slug gun. We're hoping they, break off the hill and come over here to feed, give me a little closer shot. But if that doesn't happen, I got a good steady rest off my climber. I think I can make the shot. So we're gonna tuck in here, try to stay dry, and hope for the best.
It's time for this week's Wild Dale's Booner Builder Power Play Moment of the Week. Welcome to this week's Wild Dale's Booner Builder Power Play Moment of the Week. Again, we've got the Booner Builder, and we're out here on one of Wild Dale's spots, and who knows where he's at this point, but I know where I am. I'm on the edge of a cornfield, and we're going to show you some of the places where you need to spray this in coordination with where you're going to hunt it, and that's one of the most important parts. If you ask me, that's the most important part of Booner Builder, is how is it going to help my hunt. Let's go this way. Dale's somewhere in the woods. Dale, I know you're over here spraying something, so why don't you come out and show us what you're up to this week.
I was spraying a little bit of poison ivy. They like to eat that stuff too.
This stuff does work on poison ivy.
Oh yeah, they love it.
It makes it just mow it down.
Yeah, they like to eat that. And they like to eat a lot of their red twig dogwood and this elderberry right over here. You can see they did a lot of trimming on this last year, but you can see how much regrowth's already on this elderberry. Makes great pies. Deer really love it. You can see some of the bigger bushes to the back, they was actually had to stand on their back legs to prune them elderberries.
I've seen that. I've seen the bucks go in there and just stand up, and they can't resist it. It's irresistible to them.
Well, they really love them sweet berries, and then even the late season feed, it's amazing how much they come back in and finish trimming that down when the nutrients started back down out of the top of that plant to the roots. The deer come in there and fed it down to the last color change.
When we get into the woods with our tree stand, are we going to make a route that takes them from this area past the stand? Because that's the plan, right? We're going to make Mosey Browse routes where they come right where we want them.
Right where you want them. And then it's basically at the same time still reducing the crop damage by keeping them on this edge. So they'll either come past, say we're using the truck, it's going to come past the truck, or it's going to go into the woods just behind the back end of the truck. Or if they're embedded in the back, a lot of times they'll come up right to the back end of that truck and then feed this way.
So almost to the point where we want to start where we want to end. If we want the deer, if we know the deer are going to end here, we'll start here with the Booner Builder, work our way back through to where we want to hunt them, and literally make a sidewalk for them with food along the side.
Yeah, nice corridor of browse for them, of all the browsing options that they actually need to thrive on. So by enhancing all the browse materials, it makes it a lot easier for that animal. It makes it a lot easier for that animal to gather it, to process it, and to get more out of it.
All right, so the last thing we're going to show you this week is how to actually apply it to this area here. A lot of people think that just because I've got this bottle, I got to saturate this. That's not the case. This is a concentrated liquid.
No, you just basically want to get some on it. I kind of like to use it where it's got a little more spray coming out.
You're just getting the drops to fall on it.
To fall on it, more like just a little bit of sprinkle. You don't need a lot.
So the leaves are taking it in. If you get it toward the roots will take it in.
The stems.
And it just doesn't need a lot. That's just the way this product is designed.
Just get a little bit in it, gets into that plant, opens up the water pipes and stuff in that plant, gives it a healthier root system. It's able to move a lot more nutrients.
Well, that is exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for healthier plants and healthier wildlife. That is the strategy of Booner Builder. Remember, you can go onto Facebook look up Booner Builder, and Dale's going to be able to answer any questions you have. If we haven't explained it good enough for you, Dale will get on there, send him an email, and he will help you out on your specific property. You guys can coordinate a game plan. That's it for this week's Booner Builder Power Play Moment of the Week. We'll see you next time.
We're having fun now.
Look right over there, trying to get a shot at it. It takes a couple more steps this way. I think I can get a crack at it.
It's such a good feeling to have a shooter in range. And Jason Q is going to stretch out the range on his slug gun when we come back.
Take year-round management to the next level with Invite Extreme Wildlife Systems.
Invite Extreme Wildlife Systems has everything you need to attract more wildlife and grow bigger bucks.
Quality seed blends, liquid fertilizers, herbicide, highly nutritious minerals.
When you put your deer on the Invite system, you'll see the results.
Allows your property to hold more deer and better deer, as well as more wildlife in general. Use Invite's complete line and you won't regret it.
Make them thrive 365.
This is the Tree Stand Buddy, the easiest, safest way ever to hang your stand. With the receiver on the tree and the bracket on the stand, simply slide your stand into place. Attach the tree stand strap. You never carry your stand up the tree. Tree Stand Buddy works on virtually any hang-on stand. I put a receiver in every tree I hunt and take my stand with me.
It's that easy.
Learn more at treestandbuddy.com.
This portion of the show is brought to you by the Tree Stand Buddy, coming to a tree near you.
We're sitting there having to look down past this beaver pond, and I can see a small, what I thought at the time was a small buck.
I can't really get shot at. There's too much ranges in my way right now. About 100 yards, a little better. It takes about 4 or 5 more steps this way, maybe less. I'll have a good shot at him. He's just standing there right now, looking back up the hill.
I got a small powered scope on my slug gun, and I'm trying to tell what this buck is, and I just think he's a little basket rack. I forgot my binoculars in the truck. Trying to pack as light as we could since it was raining. Nate zooms in on the camera and says, he's a shooter. And I'm like, are you sure? Because I'm looking at him through the scope, but you know, you're always second guessing yourself. Well, this buck's just standing there, and he stands there for 15 or 20 minutes, and he's not moving. And I keep telling Nate, I know I can make the shot, but there's some brush in the way that I'm not too sure about.
Either way he goes, I can shoot. So as soon as he turns, I'm gonna take a shot at him. Wish me luck.
So I'm in a self-climber, and I get down on the platform with one knee, and I rest my gun up on the railing. And for a slug gun, this is a poke. But I knew what my gun would do. I was confident in my gun, and I was confident in my shooting ability. Nate gets on with the camera and tells me, gives me the green light. One shot.
Oh my. That was a long shot. We just gotta stand up here on the bank on this rather right away and shot the deer here back these beaver ponds. He went down, seen him drop. So we're gonna try to work our way around this bank to get to him. There ain't no easy way, but we're gonna go get him. Oh yeah. Well, finally. Been hunting Ohio now for 6 years, and this is only the second buck I've killed, and you know what, it's well worth the wait. I missed one earlier this year. He wasn't this size. He stood here for, seemed like eternity, probably 20 minutes. And losing light, I told Nate, I said, I'm gonna lower the bottom of my platform a little bit so I can get a good rest on him. It's a 100-yard shot, and you know, you're shooting a low-powered scope, you gotta be right on him. So I lowered it down and had a good solid rest, and I told Nate I was gonna let him have it. Here's the end result.
He's a beautiful mid-130s, 10-point, my best deer to date. You know, and it was a lot of fun. I gotta thank Nate Klein for sticking with me in the cold, the rain, the wind. I mean, I had a blast. Even though conditions were miserable, we had a blast.
Now to us, all of our hunts are a blast, and congratulations again to Jason Q on a great Ohio 10 point. And don't forget to go to our friends from Invite's Facebook page. Post "I want my Invite food plot" on their wall, and the boys from Invite will pick a winner and send you a free food plot. That's it for this week. We'll see you back right here next week on Tree Stand Buddies. Game on.
Tree Stand Buddies Game On has been brought to you by Tree Stand Buddy at treestandbuddy.com. Wild Dale's Booner Builder at boonerbuilder.com. Extreme Sighting Solutions at extremesights.com. High Country Archery at highcountryarchery.com. Invite Team Extreme Food Plots at invitefpf.com. Bush in a Bag at bushnabag.com. Truefire releases and broadheads at truefire.com. Kicks Industries at kicks-ind.com. Game On Game Calls at outdoorinsightstv.com. And Walnut Grove at walnutgrovehunting.com. Products have been provided by these fine sponsors. Tree Stand Buddies Game On has been an Outdoor Insights television production. Find us online at outdoorinsightstv.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
All right, we're going back to 2009, Ohio's shotgun season.
What are you blaming on me?
Hey, listen. Weren't you in my ear whispering?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whispering 30.
30 yards.
30. I said, okay, I'm shooting for
Hey,
30.
Look at my steps and look at your steps. They are 30 of mine.
That's probably right. That's probably true.